I always think about love. I think about it a lot. Um, how can I phrase this so people understand what I mean? I love to have various conversations discussing men and women relationships. There are several people, well, I shouldn't say several, there's probably millions of people on YouTube that talk about it like I do, but they talk about it from the point of hurt and pain and anguish. That's why you have MGTOW, that's why you have More. I can't speak about the ladies. I don't know the analogous to that because feminism is not the analogous to MGTOW, not at all. However, because of this dysfunction between men and women in relationships, a lot of people are scared to use the term love. And for me, I always try to simplify love. Love is just an appreciation of somebody else's existence. But the problem is people try to control love. Yeah, that's what it is. You can't control other people's emotions. The way you feel is the way you feel. And you're never wrong with the way that you feel. However, we don't have to agree. And that's when I think people get into a conflict. When you try to say, this is the way that you should feel, this is how you should be, then you're not really being open to other people. You're trying to control the situation, and that is based off of fear. Too many people operate off of fear, and I'm not one of those people. I love to use the term love because I love to love. I love to appreciate men and women together. I love to appreciate children. I love to appreciate life. I appreciate everything. So I have to be loving. And whenever people try to have controlled love, and that's when I get into my diatribes. That's when I start having conversations because if when people say, well, if you love me, you should do this. So those are expectations, and people are free to do whatever they want to do. However, that's when we try to do different tactics to control how people should be. We use shaming tactics. We use laws. We use religion. We use comparables. We compare people to other people and say, well, they wouldn't do that, or I would never do that. So that's where I think the conundrum and problems come when people try to control other people. I am not one to ever be afraid to love people. And I will never not love someone because they're not like me. If you treat me nice, then I'm going to love you. Now, I think love is just love. Now, people think they confuse wanting to procreate and being physically intimate with love. That's just a sign of attraction, of lust that comes from appreciation, which is still love. So I think that's what messes people up. Now, what people want is to not be used. Men may want physical intimacy, but so they'll give up resources to obtain that. Women may want, this is all subjective, women may want companionship, what you would call, I'm using, I think, Alan Roger Curry's terms, non-sexual companionship. And men probably want that too. However, when we both don't receive what we're looking for, that's when the dynamics and problems come. When it's so much that we don't really think about that we should. The nature of human beings. Really, I'm going to do another video. I just really thought about this. After I do this, I'm a little cold, so I'm like, but I'm not freezing. So I think people try to control love, and in controlling love, it becomes somewhat oppressive. It becomes somewhat not beneficial for both parties. I'm a man and I'm biased, so I speak from a man's perspective. But as a man, my happiness comes from a woman just giving me hugs and kisses and being there, wanting to be around me. That's it. It's not about what they do outside of me. It's about how they treat me. Now, from my perspective, I'm not a woman, but I would love for a woman to explain it to me. Most women is what a man does for them and what they do in their life that makes a woman happy. So, and I've said this before, and I'm wrong, maybe, but for most women to feel love is it's external. It's not physical because I can hug and kiss a woman to death. But will she feel love? Will she say, well, we don't take pictures together? Or will she say, we don't live together? Or we don't go here? But I can still love you in my way. And my problem is I don't want to be controlled. I want to feel free to love people. But most people say, well, if you love me, you can't love other people. Well, and once you tell me that, I don't care if it's physical or non-physical, I will separate from you. If you tell me, well, to be from you to actually love me, you can't love this group or that group. I don't operate from that. I don't hate other people. Of course, it's obvious I'm a black man. Look at me, I'm black. But then somebody else could say, he's Arabic. I can't speak any Arabic stuff, but, but if you put what my phenotype is like, if you put what you see from me is how I should love people, I'm going to separate from you. And I'm not saying I'm opposed to people loving this. Love yourself, love your people, love your nationality, love your ethnicity, love your race, love whatever term you want to do. But just because you love yourself or you love your group or your language or your history doesn't mean that you can't love other people. Now, if people are detrimental to you, then I understand separation. But that's what I think when it comes to both men and women. Man, I want to love ladies to death. However, I don't like the prerequisites that are put upon me to make me or to let me show love. And that's where I think my anger comes from. So many people want to use people, but it's not. For me, love is the appreciation of existence, and it's the physical act of it. However, most people say love should be a sacrifice. I don't think love should be a sacrifice. You may sacrifice for love, but love is not a sacrifice. Love really is a beautiful thing. And listen, I see some of my friends, man. I just want to hug them. I love them. Like my brothers, man. I love you. I love beautiful people. I love people. So it's hard for me sometimes to even associate with people that, I mean, we can all be angry. We can all be in a state of rage or pain or disenfranchised or feel oppressed. Life isn't fair, but do you really want life to be fair? I don't have the answers for you, but what I can tell you is find people that are analogous to you, people who want to do what you want to do and associate with them. I don't think like most people. I am not jealous. I am extremely not possessive, but it's going to sound funny, like an oxymoron. I'm super passively aggressive, meaning I don't get infuriated by people saying what they have to say. But once I see that you are trying to dominate me, oh, now we got a problem. And I will calmly, don't take this any which way, but I will calmly deconstruct you in any which way that I can do it. So when people interact with me, just because I'm really, really calm, don't get it twisted, because I'm totally different than what you think. You don't want this. I don't want it. So I know you don't want it. But anyway, I digress. I'm going sideways. But let me get back to it. I think you should appreciate and love people who appreciate and love you. You can call me whatever term you want. You can call me a simp, a sucker, or whatever. But what you say means nothing. What I will say is, why do you think that? Can you please explain it? And if you can't explain it to me, then I would say, well, go back and think about it. And when you can put it into words, when you can express how you feel about your opinion, then we can interact. And that's how I look at life. I don't look at life from a point of pain. I look at life pretty much, I think, objectively, and I try to stay, it's a little chilly for me, I try to stay extremely logical. I try to, at least in my perspective, at least the way that I see things, I try to think things through, and I try to make sense of everything. Why should I do this? Why should I do that? And the cost benefit analysis. And I would say this, most people, we all got to suffer somewhat because there's not enough time in a day. Like if you work during the week, if you work 9 to 5 or whatever you do, and you got to take days off to get things done. But most people want to take days off to enjoy it. So sometimes you want to change whatever schedule you work. And I think that is why I think, well, this is me. I would love to be, I want to be, I'm trying to be, I'm working hard to be, at least I think I'm working hard, but not as hard as other people, to be my own boss, because I need more free time to do what I need to do to live a more blessed life. So I try to minimize what I spend. I try to think about what I do. Even now, even though I'm a Patreon and a supporter of many people or creators on YouTube, I say, man, maybe I need to dial that back so I can invest in what I'm trying to do so I can be more beneficial to more people, because I've helped a lot of people, but in helping a lot of people, you can't always get ahead. So that's why sometimes I may want to donate. People have super chats. I want to give you $1 and this all the time, but I say, man, sometimes if I need to generate more income, I got to put money into whatever business I'm trying to run, and I'm still trying to learn because I'm not an expert at all. There's a lot of people that have way more business savvy, and they're way more astute and way more studied in certain aspects of how to run businesses than me, and I'm still a novice trying to learn it. And my problem is, my core belief is to be as beneficial and altruistic as possible, but sometimes you need a little bit of greed to get to where you want to go, and that's not really analogous to my personality, because I'm like, yo, I don't want to rob people, and I don't. I would rather overpay than underpay. However, thinking in a business sense, you should try your best to underpay than overpay. But I want to reward people for the work that they do. I don't want to rob them from what they think they deserve. But living in a system that I truly don't understand, I'm truly lost. I'm still trying to find me. So I say all this to say, man, I just love people and I love existence and I love the problems that come with life because there's nothing like it. However, I say that you shouldn't try to control love. That's just my whole premise of this statement. I'm just speaking, trying to tell people what I think, and I'm gonna say this. I try to be a great supporter of people, and I appreciate all that you do because even if I agree or I don't agree, I love you because you have a perspective, and I'm always open and willing to talk to people. But sorry, I had to burp. I had to let it go. I just had to let it flow. I'm gonna say this is the absolute truth. Most people, to me, are normal. So it takes a unique person for me to want to interact with, and it's not too many because I think my problem is even though I'm patient and I'm willing to listen, I want people to get to the point. So sometimes people speak such a roundabout, descriptive way that I don't understand your original premise. So if you can state your premise first, then I'll be like, oh, I get it. So listen, I'm done with this. This was just a ramble about you can't control love or don't try to control love. I don't know what I'm gonna name it, but it's gonna be something with love. And I love you all. I want you to all be unique individuals and try to figure out what's right for you in life. You can look at other people as a mentor or a roadmap of how you should be, but what I would say is be yourself. Wow, I just haven't. I always gotta ask this question at the end: who are you? Do you know who you are? I'm still trying to learn me. So figure out who you are and just love things and don't try to control it. I mean, trying to control other people is always wrong, but I guess that's what the power is. People want power. They want to control other people. Man, I don't want to control you. I just want to help you become the best you can be, however you need to get there. And I'm done, and I love you all. And that's what I think I'm going to call it. You can't control love. At least I think you can't. But if you want to, if you can control it, tell me how. I'm done. Feel great, people. And I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, and I'm done, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done, 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 done.